All right, you're live.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the monthly meeting for April, the Darien Town Board. Something different, we're going via radio or via video this month because of the virus. We will be this way until further notice. Please rise and join me with the pledge of the flag. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a copy of the minutes that was emailed to everyone. I'm going to ask for a dispensal of the minutes. If I could have a motion to accept. Motion made and seconded. Questions? Any corrections or additions? Clerk, call the roll.
Mike Fix,
Yes.
Mike Grant,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes. Minutes are approved. COVID-19 update for the town of Darien. This is what happened as emergency management personnel, that would be me. Not that I want that job, but it fell upon us. What we have done, the cleaning of the town hall, we've moved an additional cleaning to wipe down all hard surfaces, handles, etc. That would be on a Monday. Their regular cleaning day is Wednesday. So every other day, we're getting a cleaning in the town hall. We also, for our planning board, for our zoning board of appeals, Alice looked around and was able to find a camera for live streaming. This was at a $70 expense. The cleaning is a $45 a week expense, and they will both stay with the town. The cleaning will stay until otherwise noted or until otherwise not needed. There was no planning board, no zoning boards held last month. We will review the circumstances and make determinations in advance of meetings. We believe we're going to try and run the meetings similar to this, try and have the public do video, have our board here, have our board separated, and try and accomplish somewhat normal meeting. We will make that determination 1 week prior to the planning board. By the way, if you guys got any questions, jump right in. Okay, as I'm going through this, okay? Transfer station and town hall. Both transfer station has been shut down completely, both Wednesdays and Saturdays. One is shut down. We're doing everything via mail and appointments at this time. The only ones that are actually coming in is Debbie once in a while, Alice, Barbara's coming in for the books, and myself. And that's all the personnel that are actually in the town hall once in a while. Neil shows up once in a while, and I know you board members do also, but again, that's a short list. I think we're trying to keep it down as much as we can. If you feel that by keeping it down, we can do the cleanings different, but I'd also like to try and run the meetings next month, so I'd like to try and keep everything wiped down ahead. For the cost of it, I didn't think that was a severe cost to try and protect ourselves a little better. Transfer station, I've got it shut down for 2 weeks. What's the board's opinion? Should we keep it shut down? What's your opinion? And that's
People asking when it's gonna open, and you've been getting calls of complaints.
I'll let Alice do this because she's taken it.
We have gotten calls of people asking when it's gonna open back up, and most of them are very understanding because they know that our employees over there are advanced age.
Mhm.
So most of them have been very understanding. We have been sending them to Genesee ARC, and a lot of them have been completely fine with that. There's only been
Reaching out to PSI to potentially have a pickup here, park a truck here or whatever. Maybe this would be an opportunity to test drive that.
I guess what we did, sometimes, it's a kibitzing that sometimes goes on there, and I guess the less we can do, the better off we are, and the way ARC is running it, you set up. So, and also, it's a little cheaper, is what we're figuring.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know that's driving to Batavia with it, but right now, from what I'm hearing, you said 20 cents a pound?
Mhm.
And I mean, even if you load up a garbage bag that's 40 pounds, we get $4, that would be $2.
Sure.
So, for right now, it's up to you guys. If you wanna open it back up, I will. I'm just a little leery with the age of the fellows we have working there and then the amount of people they're going to cross during the day.
Yeah, I think the exposure to the employees is way too high, given who we have working there to even consider opening them up at this point. Given that the town residents have an alternative to what we've done.
At this time, they do. Jump in, guys.
I agree, as long as we have an alternative solution for people who don't have other arrangements, I mean, I think, staying closed is the right decision from my part.
Is there signage up there that says that they're closed until a date or at the gates, or how they know? I'm guessing it's probably on the website. but-
It's on the website.
Mhm.
On the doors is the red sign on the doors is the same sign that we did for them to put up there.
Okay.
But I believe those were posted inside, so I don't know if there's anything we can do at the gate.
Yeah,
It's all right, just don't make
something-
confusion, the gates are closed and they don't know what's going on.
Even if we had something done professionally that says until further notice based on the COVID-19, please, take your refuse to
Genesee ARC.
Genesee ARC with the address. That way you're not catching anybody by surprise.
I'm a little concerned that we even have somebody to print it. Open.
Because we're in the second week now.
Yeah.
This is the second week.
Yeah.
So all you got is till next Wednesday
Right.
before, from what we already posted.
On there it says a minimum of 2 weeks. If they read, it does say
Right.
a minimum of 2 weeks.
Right. And you put a sign up front that, like Steve said, I mean, I can get a sign made, but
Can you?
I can, but.
We can just say until further notice too. We don't have to put a.
But I'm not sure, like Steve said, I'm not sure if they got all the materials and stuff. I'm not even sure, because they're working half, where I get them from, I'm not even sure if I could get them made that fast. I used to be able to get them made that fast, but I'm not
Is that through
sure.
the county?
Yeah.
I know they're making some signs for us in Cork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know they're working every other day.
Yeah.
So I'd have to make a phone call, obviously. But I think that's right.
If you can get one made, my opinion is let's make one. We're spending money. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Everybody's nice?
Kind of money we're talking about.
Yeah. no,
Oh,
It's not bad.
if you can, let's put landfill closed till further notice, and, please direct your garbage to ARC indicated. For questions, call town hall. Something simple, something big, and something big enough that they can see it, so they don't have to get out of their car and read it. So we don't have a group of people there also. Thank you, Neil.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna talk the budget real briefly. I'd like you guys to all take a look at your budgets over the next month. If I project a 25% decrease in revenues, we're gonna be down about 400 and some thousand dollars off our budget. That's only a 25% reduction. That's 3 months of sales tax. Right now, if everybody could go through, see what we can do now. Remember, we can't touch the highway transfers because that's, once it's been transferred, once we do it in the budget, we can't touch that line item. The superintendent of highways can, and I've already had a discussion with him to see what he could possibly save to drag into next year to be able to use some of his reserves and lower the amount for next year, because next year is also going to be as bad or worse. So, mainly because by the time you catch up with sales tax, I don't even know, 25% might be too liberal.
This is a while from the COVID-19.
Yes. Yes. I mean,
Good, yes.
it will be interesting to see where the sales tax was. That will only represent, the month of March. Because February and January, we're still rolling. So if it drops considerably in the month of March, the next sales tax order will be worse. That is just, that's kind of a shot across the bow to warn everybody what could be happening. I went through and marked a bunch of things that I think we can reduce, things like that. If the town dump does get shut down, there would be a good savings there. It's a $32,000 line item. Again, do we have reserves? Yes. Problem is after a few years, our reserves are gone. And I don't know what's going to happen with Genesee County sales tax in the future. Because they're not going to have the same, they're going to have the same revenue problem we do. Luckily, we budget on the conservative side with revenues for sales tax. And that did help us. I did take that into account though. So it could be a lot worse than what I said. So just take a look at it, guys, and any information, any ideas you can come up with, very helpful on it. Blood drive to be held May 1st, 2020, and then they're gonna do it on a Friday,
Yes.
and then Monday we clean again. So we should be able to clean everything down ahead of them and right behind them. But again, I'd like to keep that open. It's up to the board, because of the need of blood, but I think it's a valuable asset, so. Opinions? Are we okay with that?
Agreed.
Okay.
I think we should all be here too.
Okay, now, important.
Maybe an appointment is my recommendation though, so I can keep it spread out.
GCEDC's website, gcedc@gcedc.com, for information on business loans, bridge loans, application help, general information on navigating the system. I want to please try and get this out to everybody, small businesses in our town and stuff, because some of them are getting hurt badly. So any information we can get them will help. Rolling right in with that, we've gotten a request from Lee Simmons, which is the property tax service company for Six Flags. They're requesting a partial assessment for 2020 because they're not sure if they're going to even open up. That's in the assessor's hands. She said she will talk to them, see what their thinking is. She will get back to us. She's not going to make any decisions without everything to talk about, because if we do it for one business, do we do it for all? And then, if we're doing it for businesses, do we do it for the people? Let's see what they come back with, but let's think about it. Let's get some ideas and our thoughts on it, but that's what they're asking for, and they're already kind of maybe hedging their bets on even opening this year. So, but again, they might be just doing good business and trying to get a business plan. Economic development, I got one, and it'll be available, through Alice on the website, maybe? We could put that link and stuff up? Thank you. The other thing with the assessors department is this was supposed to be an update year on, assessed values. The assessors and the assessor from the county have gotten together. They feel that they've come up with a plan, and they think that they're going to push that till next year. So all assessments will stay as quo 3 years ago, and they will not move this year. So the new assessment for housing will not go into effect until next year. That's not quite a done deal. They're still discussing it, but our assessor felt fairly confident for me to say that here at the meeting. I'm on a weekly conference call with Genesee County. All the municipalities call in. If any of the board members or residents have any questions or concerns, let me know. I'll transform, or if you want to be here that morning, you can even ask and sit in on the conference call. Basically, they're telling us how many cases, what the game plan is, what they've done for the past week. It's a lot of questions though on our parts, on municipalities. Again, let me know if there's anything you guys want information on or what we should be thinking Town court is shut down till May 1, and that's by the state court system. They are not allowing any employees into the facilities. That's how they handle it. Notifications also went out for town employees on self-quarantine on travel. I think Joe right now is out on self-travel.
He can come back before his.
Yeah. So, that's what we put into effect also for the town. And that's just to get you guys up to speed. I did it as the management guy or the emergency guy. So, if you don't like him, please let me know. We'll discuss it. We'll change him right now. If there's anything else you want to do, let me know. We'll do it, okay? So, discussion on the month's development and future developments. If you guys got anything, again, let me know. The other thing I'm gonna say is, our town highway department is working 40 hours a week, their normal schedule. They've locked the doors, they're not letting anybody in other than themselves into the building on that end, and they're doing their work as per routine. Okay? If you guys get questioned about it or whatnot, that was Neil's and my call. If you guys wanna change it, you're more than welcome to right now. But that discussion was held with your guys, and everybody feels comfortable and wants to work. So, should be letting Neil say this, but is that a correct statement?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. Now, is there anything else on that? Anybody got any comments, statements? Want to see anything differently done? So I make a resolution to accept the median household income survey 2019 to 2020 from G&C Municipal Consulting, and to authorize the supervisor to sign the acceptance page. So second.
Second.
Discussion. As you see, the income survey came back very favorable to us, to the point where our engineer and our grants writer just threw up their hands and said, where did they come up with the $70,000 number? So, because that's why we were ineligible last year for the engineering grant that we tried for. So, that being said, is there any other questions? Do you have something?
Are you doing the resolution right now?
We're on discussion.
Discussion. Have you talked to Bruce?
Not yet.
Okay. Has he gotten the agreement yet?
The signed agreement for us,
Yes.
for putting him on as engineer?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I talked to him 2 days ago and he says he hasn't seen it yet. So I just wanted to
He's not
clarify.
in the office though. I sent it both mail and.
Probably one of the girls in her house has it. I know.
I'll make sure I got a call into him Thursday or Friday this week, because I wanted to
Okay.
get this done.
Because he was supposed to send an email to us, so when I talked to him Monday or Tuesday, he was gonna send an email out. When he talked to Kester about what's going on with the pilot program and stuff like that, and he was gonna kind of like, send something out, but he told me he hasn't seen it, so. He probably has it, and I told him, I says, I think you have it, or it's gonna come Wednesday. But I thought it was all taken care of already.
It was all taken care of
That's what I
last
thought.
meeting, I think.
Yes, so, all right.
I've got the signed copies in my possession. I think they're right in my envelope.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, and they got scanned and emailed to us.
okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to make sure he knows.
I know, I'll do it.
Okay.
Again, a lot of these places are working remotely,
Yep,
so when you send things through, you don't know where they're ending up.
Yeah.
And I have a little story about the bank here in a second, so that'll be at the end. I'm sorry. Clerk call roll?
Steve,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Mike Fix,
yeah,
Dave,
Yes.
Mike Grant.
Yes.
Notifications. We have a preliminary map plan for the proposed water district on Darien Alexander Town Line Road being reviewed. It's in Monroe County's hands right now. They're reviewing it. They're going to give either a yes or no on it, and then it'll keep moving forward Then we will be developing a income survey, legal income survey for the residents to sign. And then it's going to come before the board, public hearing, blah, 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 just as any other water district would do. But right now, it's still, that water district petition is 2 to 3 weeks out.
They are starting there.
Yep.
This week. Well, they told me tomorrow.
Great.
Yeah, I drove by there Saturday and they got all kinds of stuff out.
Yep.
Pilot program for the treatment plant, we're waiting on results, and it was at no cost to the town. Did get done, did it before. And there was no cost. Now, letter was sent on behalf of the town for transfer of funds from Key Bank to Five Star Bank. Steve Ferry, that would be me, was only remitted on one account, that was the checking account, and they forgot to put our signature cards so that we did all three at once, and I was not authorized to move any funds. 2 CDs had come due since then in Key Bank. They stand in Key Bank, they are now transferred into the checking account, and now I can move them because Key Bank's CD rate and money market rate is 0.005. I can get 0.45 at Five Star. I'm trying to move them there. We are now waiting for a phone call from their transfer department for a wire transfer so that I can move it. And this has been over a day now for that. So remotely working.
Well, last month didn't really been much snow. I think we plowed twice, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. We were helping Alexander, or hauling stones. They had a bunch of roads got flooded out and we're hauling there. With a spare truck, and he was going on Summer Road and he blew a front tire. He took out the front end of the truck. And when it blows like that, you take the hood off, take the fender off, exhaust one, everything. We were able to put it back together, put a tire on it, and get it back to the shop. It's at the collision shop now. Insurance is covering it all. Got $1,000 deductible. Getting parts is getting a little tough because just the way everything is right now. But it's up there. It's been there probably been 3 weeks now, if not, more than that. But it's up there being taken care of and everything. Just waiting on, the hood is the biggest thing that there's waiting on, which we need.
The employee okay?
Yeah, nobody got hurt or nothing like that. Yeah, which was, that's a big thing. When a front tire goes on a truck like that, you don't know what's gonna happen, You take a ride while he was driving, because we were plowing with it. Within the week before that, never had a problem. And the tires were, like I said, 1/2 to 3/4 on it, and they were in good shape, tread wise.
Yeah.
So something happened, so. Doing shop work, doing different things, and a couple of little different things, stuff that we haven't been able to get to because we've had time to do it. And we've been, for probably been almost 3 weeks now, cutting brush and trees. We're doing all the work without a bucket truck right now, stuff that we haven't been able to get to probably in 4 or 5 years. We keep looking at it because, get back and do a lot of groundwork. Last few years, it's just so wet, snow until May, you just, you lose time, It's been great being able to get out and do it. That's what we've been doing right up to now. So I'm probably gonna continue doing that.
One of the pluses too, I've stopped in and you guys have said the traffic's down now, and it's nice you can do your work.
Oh, man, you can stay in the middle of the road and just not worry about anybody.
Not that that's what I wanna see, but.
Yeah. You stand in this intersection, I get that. But no, yeah, it's been slower. It's slow on the roads and stuff like that, but it's been great to be able to get out and get some of that kind of work done, because we haven't been able to in a few years. So. Tore down a few trucks. I usually don't do it before now. April 15th is usually, the time, but I'm like, okay, it's time to, because we gotta carry some brush and trees and stuff, and getting ready to haul a little stone too, so So we tore down a couple of trucks and got them all cleaned up and ready to roll. And that's all I got for highway.
Thank you, Neil.
Thank you.
Questions? ZEO, nothing. Planning board, like I said, no planning board meeting, no ZBA meeting. Town attorney, quiet. Assessor, I've already told you what's going on Friday, see how he's making out with that, and also let him know about the income survey. There's one spot in it that we have to do GIS planning for the houses that responded in the district. I want to make sure that that's in his proposal. I think it is, because he's covered that one section. But that's the phone call I'm gonna have with him on Thursday or Friday, and then I'll get some more information for the board. Town clerk,
Nothing.
historian, no report. Treatment plant,
Made the numbers for the winter, worked with DC, we had, stream going, doing that pilot, deal with the plant. That was a 3-day deal. DEC was in there one day while we did it. They were totally like, it's a new, something they've never seen before, and they're totally all over it, and kind of neat being this town here, it's doing it. And haven't gotten the numbers back. Very, looking forward to seeing what the numbers that came back through. That's why I talked to Bruce the other day, and he hasn't seen nothing from them either. And that's what the email is supposed to be, from Kester. So that was about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago that we did that. And it was pretty interesting to see, what they were doing. Different process, big time different process. So it's kind of neat.
Will temperature affect that?
That's why we were doing it. We wish it was a little colder out. I mean, we had temperatures below 10 degrees Celsius, which is what we look for, because what the plant is 9 degrees Celsius. And he was able to get it down, but it's all the other stuff that comes with it, there's a lot to it, to get the ammonia down. It took them like 2 hours to get it down. Like I said, it's a pilot. They only take like 300 gallons, they run it through and see how long it goes, how long it takes to get it down to that point. Take it back to their lab, and then they must have the calculations to figure out, how many of these things you gotta put in there. They have flow going directly through and everything, just waiting on everything that they're gonna give us. And how much it's gonna cost, because it's electric, what it's gonna cost to do it, and the whole works, it's pretty much an engineering thing that they're gonna give to our engineer, and then we'll hear back from him then.
and the way it's set up with our engineer is he has to provide 4 realms of engineering, 4 different scenarios for DEC. So this is probably gonna be one of the scenarios. He has to be cost effective, if it'll work or not, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, because that's what DEC requires now. So you can't just say, hey, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
He has to present 4 different scenarios.
4 different processes, or different ways you're gonna try to fix the issue, or get to what they want, the new limits that they want. Yeah.
So this will probably be one of the limits, I would think. So we'll know more as it keeps moving along.
That's all I got on sewer.
Thank you. Council reports. Mike?
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Dave?
Steve, only thing I'm saying is we're going through some tough times.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers go out to everybody.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a rough ride, but we have to stay strong. Be supportive to our residents.
Thank you. I hope everybody's mood doesn't change. I hope they can stick with it mentally. That's gonna be the problem.
It's a big part.
Do you want to look into the town clerk or the town court's clerk? You want to try and get some more information on
I can
that?
get some more information on it.
Okay, see what we can do with it, talk to Gary, see what we can come up with. Okay? See what his thoughts are. And then talk to Barb too, see what her thoughts are.
On another note, I know we had some issues with some lack of internet service in the town. I know we're coming close to looking at that agreement with Spectrum. And this is a time where the kids and the students really need that internet access and don't have it.
Yep.
You know, I think you need to open, the door a little bit and get everybody the service that they need.
My last request was to ask for what the actual parcels in town we're going to get. I've not heard back. It's been very quiet. He's not even sent an email to reply, so I'm not sure if we're going in the gray area here, or maybe they're all off too. I don't know at this point.
My wife has talked to a lady that lives up in one of those areas, and Spectrum told them that it would cost them $2,000 a residence to get the service out.
Mhm.
It's a high price.
No, we can keep an eye on it, see what we can do.
Yeah.
But like I said, I heard nothing back yet. After the last request, we wanted to know who was going to get service in town. It was quiet. They gave us a general state, here's what we're gonna do in the state. No, I wanna know what's gonna happen in town.
Absolutely.
Right, Spectrum's going up and down Smithway and Walker Road, putting all brand new service in. Have you heard about that?
But it's an existing service they're updating.
No, there is no
It's
service.
new?
Yes, they're putting poles up and they're going all the way down through. So have you heard about that at all?
No.
They're coming as far as Randall's to Walker and down to Alexander to meet him where they have it. And yet, he came out and saw me, the engineer, wanted to know about poles and where to put them, or he was gonna tell me where he's gonna put them, I was gonna tell him where he's not gonna put them. And, keep them out of the ditches, but they are doing that. It's all staked out and ready to go. He told me you'll know, when you see all kinds of people up there, you'll know what's happening. I don't know if you guys knew about that or not.
No.
No, I live on Smithway and didn't even know about that.
No.
That's what those stakes are.
Okay, is that what they are?
They're coming on the south side of Walker and then switching over to one side and coming back. Yeah. They're gonna meet down, coming off of Hickox Road, coming around. So
Do you happen to have a contact person
I
there?
do, not on me.
Can you send it to me?
It's in, yeah.
If you don't mind,
Please?
you got it.
Thank you.
He was just the engineer setting up the stuff, but
That's okay.
somebody to make a contact.
Absolutely.
All set, Pete?
Yes, sir, thank you.
No, we don't have much. I'd like to make a resolution to accept the supervisor's cash report for April 1st.
I'll second it.
For the month of March. Any cash report?
No, well, you were holding up the,
Here's the wrong
abstract, but you got, it's actually February. Remember, we're doing 1 month back, and it's a date and time. The two highlighted ones that you notice on that report are the two that are entertained you, and those are the ones that we're rolling back into, monies over into 5 stars. So you're getting a transfer.
That's the abstract. Did we not put one of these on your?
Yeah.
I didn't see them in the file. Yes, I'm sorry. I'd like to make a motion to.
Motion made, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and second, discussion on the motion. Discussion on the resolution, I should say. Clerk call roll.
Mike Fix?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Mike Grant?
Yes.
Yes.
Steve?
Yes. Abstract, Alice.
Did you have anything?
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You already knew the answer. I have nothing
Gee,
to report.
no, I am
I
sorry.
didn't want to get.
I didn't mean to do that.
General fund claims 65 through 98 for $22,760.94. Highway claim 22 through 39 for $11,058.26. And sewer district number 1 claims 12 through 20 for $6,505.71.
Do we have a motion?
I make a motion, we, pay the bills.
I'll second that.
Motion and second, discussion? This is interesting. Comments from the public?
I'll take another. Thank you so much for setting things up for us and the public today, Alice.
And
And your son.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
not a problem.
Sean, fill us, non-tech people in. Is there a way that
This time around, but it's something that could be enabled in the future.
I think that maybe we might want to do that if we're going to do the planning board thing.
Sure.
Maybe not.
We're gonna look into other options for the planning board.
Gotcha. Okay, I think we're at that point in time unless anybody's got anything different.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
That was Tim, sorry.
Okay.
Motion and second. Clerk, call the roll.
Mike Grant,
Yes.
Yes.
Mike Fix.
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
So